Well, it's New Year's Day and I've been cleaning up. Finally got those pictures. There were some pictures stacked up here and all kinds of junk. So I got most of that cleaned up except for, well, that's my trash can there. And I got some other junk that I need to go through. And I've got a pretty good, I've got 12.6. I've got these two batteries connected right now. And I've got about 0.6, 0.7 amps coming in through the solar panels, so that's good. Well, I just disconnected the battery. This battery is now not connected to the charge controller, and it's got 11.1, 11.2 volts on it, which is pretty good because I think I measured it the other day and it was 8, 9 volts, so I connect it every now and then to this other battery, the main battery I have that's good. And when the sun's shining, I connect it and I can hear I'm not even sure what that means, but I can hear the acid, I guess, is in there. I can hear it like bubbling up, and I don't know what that means. I'm not an expert in this, but it must be doing something if it raised the voltage by 3 volts. And I hope it'll continue up to 12 and 13, maybe 14. Oh, there, it's dropping now. But anyway, hopefully I can get this battery back up to at least 12 volts so I can use it. I've also got these Harbor Freight panels connected to this battery right here. So it's at 4.3. So I think I connected this a few weeks ago and it just dropped this charge controller wouldn't even turn on. It was so low. So I'm going to see if I can get this battery going up. But it hasn't increased much in the past few weeks. So I'm just going to turn that off and see maybe if it'll go back up in the next few weeks or months, however long it takes. Well, I just finished painting this. I primered it the other day and I just finished painting the final coat, and I'm going to put it back together. It's an old, it's a Tonka motor grader from like the 70s, I think, 1970s. But I was just, my uncle gave it to me a couple of years ago, and I've worked on it off and on, and I'm finally getting it done. So once this completely dries, and I'll probably leave it overnight to let it completely dry, and then I'm going to put it back together if I can without messing it up. Well, I hooked back these two batteries in parallel. I think that's right. I get series and parallel mixed up. I think they have the same voltage. And I've got 12.8 volts. And well, the sun just came out a while ago. It went up to about 4.8 volts on this. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, well, it's under 5. 5.2. Wow. The sun came out and it went up. But it'll probably go back down, I'm sure, after the sun goes down. But at least it's getting up higher than 4 volts. And what am I getting? 0.8 volts on the solar panel on the roof. Since I moved it to the roof, I'm not getting nearly as much current coming in because there's a tree right above this building. Anyway, but it makes it better to mow around and it looks better. And I don't need to survive on this power, so it's not a big deal. Well, I finally got this CD player to work. I think I said on video the other day it wasn't working very well. I just have a test CD in there to make sure it works. But I've got 12.4 on the batteries, and I've got I've got 1.1 amps coming in. I've got 2.4 amps. So this, I guess this light I've got on and this CD player apparently are pulling 2.4 amps. Because I don't think I have anything else. Let me see. I've got a power strip over here. And that's, I don't know if I showed this, but I've got this very complicated, I think. So this is powering the shed. So this is the shed power, and I connected, this would be the original, the main power for the shed. So that's all going through there. And then I've got the CD player is going through this, so I can turn it on and off, because I don't use it all the time. And what else? I think I've got, well, maybe I unplugged everything. I think I did, just to save power. I did have this little radio plugged in, but I don't need that plugged in all the time. I'm going to try to stay on top of this, make sure it doesn't get below 12. If it does, I'm going to turn it off. Seems to be working fine now. It wasn't reading the disc the other day. But now I can listen to some music. Well, I got this Tonka motor grader back together, and it looks pretty good to be from, what, 1970s, I think. So all I've got left to do is put these rivets in. I've got to put a rivet in here and to connect the wheels to the actual grader. And then I've got to put rivets on the tires, on the wheels, not on the tires, but on the wheels on the other side, just to lock everything into place. And I guess I can put a smokestack right there if I need to, if I want to. But it looks pretty good. I'm surprised. Before I painted it, it looked just like a big mess, like a pile of junk. But it's amazing what some sanding and painting can do. I disconnected the battery. Well, it's about 5:30 in the afternoon. The sun's pretty much down. I mean, over here, we're on the other side of the trees, so after about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we really don't get much sun over here, especially in the winter time, because I'm right there. There's trees, like, well, you've seen it outside this building. There's just trees lined up all back behind this building, so we don't get much sun after then. So I left these two batteries hooked together until about 5 o'clock. Which I should have unhooked them earlier, but I forgot about them until a few minutes ago. And I unhooked them, and this battery's actually down to 9 or 9.5 volts. So I think the sun has been down for a while, or I should say the solar panel has not been collecting any power, because this battery's been draining. Well, I can't explain it like the professionals do, but you know, if you don't have power coming into these batteries, they'll start draining power from each other, because one of these batteries is lower than, they're not the same level voltage right now, so they drain power from each other. And I mean, when it's not being charged, it has a lower voltage anyway, because like over here, I can't even turn this on. The screen won't even come on because the battery level's so low. I've got it hooked up here, but like when the sun was shining, it was doing about 5 volts, but it won't even come on right now. Anyway, yeah, people who are watching this video who don't care anything about solar power are probably like, man, when is he going to stop talking about solar power? I know, I talk a lot about solar power because it interests me. And if you don't like that, you can just not watch this video. You know, I just like to make videos of what I'm interested in, and I hope it's interesting to other people with the same interests or hobbies. But if not, I mean, it'll still be I mainly just make these videos for myself or for my family we can watch them in the future and see what I was doing back in 2018. Well, actually, no, it's January 1st, 2019 today. So, I think I've said that in previous videos. And I'm getting my VHS tapes sorted. I think I told y'all I left a bunch of them at the 311 flea market because I was just tired of toting them around back and forth to the flea market. I've got some more in here. And see, most of these were my grandmother's. And I've watched some of them. But, you know, once you watch them once or twice, there's really no need to keep them. Not in my opinion. I figure somebody else can watch them and get some enjoyment out of them. I've got all kinds. There's the Grand Canyon, Twister, Fiddler on the Roof, Titanic, Pride and Prejudice. I still don't even know what that's about. I've heard people talk about it. I should probably watch those or read the book. I'm sure there's a summary on the internet somewhere. I've got all kinds. There's Speed. That's a rough movie. Along with the second Speed was the Speed number 2 was I think even worse than the first one. I don't know. The one where they were on the bus was pretty good. Anyway, I ought to quit talking about movies and let y'all get back to your lives or watching more videos on YouTube or whatever we have now in the future whenever you're watching this. Hope y'all have a happy new year, whatever year it is, and God bless you.